What is up, guys? Adrian here from Launch TV. Happy New Year to everyone in there. Let's enjoy 2021. And with a new year comes new speculation. But before we get into the speculation, if you guys can do me one favor and subscribe if you already aren't doing so, comment down below something you're looking forward to the most for 2021, whether it's Horror Nights related or a theme park related thing or anything in general. I just want to know. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for after the intro for our HHN 2021 speculation. The first thing I want to talk about today is the Horror Night Nightmares map that came out in, I believe it was either September or October. This map came out before Puppet Theater was announced, and it had Puppet Theater on the map. So huge shout out to Horror Night Nightmares for putting out these amazing speculation maps that they put out every year. Now this speculation video will be structured around this said speculation map. So take a mental image, we're going to talk about it a lot. First things first, we're going to talk about, well, Puppet Theater. It is the only thing that is confirmed to be coming to 2021 as of recording of this video. We also don't have dates yet. We're going to have our dates very soon, hopefully. But Puppet Theater is the only thing that we have confirmed. If you guys want to know my opinion on Puppet Theater, please go check out my video from when they leaked the video on Peacock. Next, we're going to talk about the two houses, well, three houses that were there for the Halloween Horror Days. HHN Lite, HHN 29.5, whatever you guys want to call it. Halloween Horror Nights 2020, Halloween Horror Days 2020. I'm sorry, I can go on forever. But we had two that were there for the entire run of the event, and one that was only there for the weekend. We're going to talk about the two. First of the two is Universal Monsters' The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Like I've said before, this house was fantastic. I love this house. And the house that goes with it, Revenge of the Tooth Fairy, also a fantastic house. Now, given Halloween Horror Nights' track record with houses returning, it's very rare. However, not everyone in the public was able to see these two houses at all. Now, they posted these on their YouTube channel, the two walkthroughs, meaning there's a slight possibility of these houses not coming back. Normally, whenever Horror Nights posts a walkthrough or a POV of something, it's not going to return. But that's just how they are, and it's given their track record. For a perfect example, let's look at Beetlejuice. Now, Beetlejuice, according to everything I've seen online, was forced to open so that it can return the following year due to a legal reason with Warner Brothers that they had to open the house this year. This house sounds, well, it was fun. It was fun. However, it was missing a few things, and you can tell. Same thing with Tooth Fairy and same thing with Bride. But there's something that has to come. And that has to come back because they only had it open for 2 days. And if you couldn't go on Halloween Day or November 1st, you're kind of stuck. Now, granted, I was able to do this house both days, and I loved it. But I have a ton of friends that live out of country or out of state that haven't been able to see these, and it really sucks, but that's what occurred. Now, let's talk about everything else that's on this speculation map. First, we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, a lot of people have been telling me that they don't want this to come back because we've had it in the past multiple times and this and that. I, on the other hand, I did not like the house from HHN 26. I did not. But I was willing to give this house another chance. I feel like this is going to return due to the fact that it's a name-grabbing intellectual property. And it's just something that's big. They need something big to call in the audience because they're not going to have that Stranger Things, according to the speculation map, or Halloween. Something that's huge that can call in an audience. And they need that. Next, we have HHN Icons Captured. This house needs to return. It's an anniversary year still. It's the 30th anniversary of Halloween Horror Nights, either way you slice it or dice it. So we need to see our icons. So HHN Icons Captured, to me, is like a 90% chance of it coming back. Another thing that I think will also be coming back will be Scarey, Heart of Horrorland. Scary Carrie, Scary Carrie, you know what I'm saying. It's the anniversary house, so it has to come back. Same thing with the Icons. It's the 30th anniversary. This needs to be something that's shown to the public. There's no way they took that much time to break down everything in such lore and put them into 2 houses and not show that to the public. It just has to be done. Up next, we have Wicked Growth, Realm of the Pumpkin. Now everyone's saying this is the Pumpkin Lord house. Pumpkin. It's the Pumpkin Lord house. And if you watched the video for Puppet Theater Captive Audience, you saw the mold for the mask of the Pumpkin Lord. Now, I believe this is also potentially will come back. I think all of the originals will stay exactly the same except for Tooth Fairy and Brides. Next, we have The Haunting of Hill House. So, don't come for me. But I have a feeling The Haunting of Hill House will not return for the 2021 Halloween Horror Nights. However, I believe it can possibly be another type of Netflix property, or it can be the sequel and the original together. It can be Hill House and Bly Manor, done in a fashion that they did American Horror Story in the past, but only 2 seasons instead of 3, which I think can be done very well. Being as in, season 2 didn't have as many iconic scenes as season 1. So I feel like if you blend the 2 together, it saves you from making the house for another year. You get what I'm saying here? And if not, Stranger Things 4, just, you already know. And then finally, we have Billie Eilish. Not coming back. It's not. I'm very disappointed because I really wanted this house to come this year. It was something I was really looking forward to because it was going to be different and bring some flavor to the event. Now I understand a lot of people were negative about it because they said it was going towards the wrong demographic or the wrong kids. Well, same thing, just the wrong group of people. And I'm excited. I was excited for it. But after seeing all the props for sale, it kind of just blew me off. I was like, dang, no Billy. I guess they really did bury a friend. Now, what do I think can possibly replace some of the things that are on this speculation map? Properties like Candyman, since the new movie is coming out next year. And we've already worked with Jordan Peele, and Jordan Peele produced this film. It's not his film, he's just the producer. So it's a Monkey Paw production, if I'm not mistaken. Which is also association with Blumhouse, which is a Universal company film. So, Candyman's an option. Speaking of Blumhouse, we also have the possibility of Blumhouse returning. Now, Blumhouse has put out some decent movies. I'm not going to say good, I'm not going to say bad. They've put out some decent movies. This year alone, they've put out Freaky, and they were supposed to put out Halloween Kills. Now, in 2018, we had Halloween. So, what are the odds of us getting a Halloween house for 30? For HHN 2021. I've been on this fact that I believe that Halloween won't come back until HHN 31 to line up with 31 and then Halloween 31st. But for them to miss out the opportunity to bring such a big IP with the movie going 2 theaters the same year, I don't think they'll miss out on it. So Blumhouse is also an option here. Next, we also have the potential of another Universal Monsters house. Now, I know some people will say this is getting repetitive, it's getting out of hand. All the monsters are so different. Plus, they've left the seams to continue more stories. Hear me out. In the first Universal Monsters house, we barely saw the bride. Correct? Then she got her own house, along with Dracula's brides. Next year, there was someone that was in the bride that, well, was just hanging out. I think we're gonna get a Universal Monsters creature feature next year. Now I'm just putting quotes because I don't know the actual name and I don't know anything, but I'm speculating, that's what speculation is. We'll have creature from the Black Lagoon. I feel like he deserves his own house. I mean, yeah, he had his own section in Universal Monsters, but it wasn't what we needed. We also had the possibility of the Invisible Man, whether it be Blumhouse or the original, and also maybe take on like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or Phantom of the Opera. Those are two iconic monsters right there that can be tackled. I mean, I just think it's a pretty cool idea. Try it out, why not? And we also have the possibility of Creepshow converting from a scare zone into a house. Hear me out. With Billie Eilish being gone, it leaves the Shrek queue wide open. Meaning, all the props they already had for the scare zone for Creepshow can just be converted into a house. Similar to how they did Killer Clowns from that scare zone into a house, they can just do the same thing but with Creepshow. Instead of only having a scare zone, or instead of having the scare zone, they can just convert it into a house. I think that can work as well, especially in the Shrek queue. It can really execute it properly, because I don't think Creepshow can be a full-on soundstage. I also don't think it can be a sprung tent. I feel like Creepshow would be a perfect house to locate inside of Shrek. And finally, the final concept that I have here for what can replace, well, it's original houses. I mean, they've done it in the past. They're taking us to Cary, Ohio this year. Why not take us to some other famous locations? They've done things like this for Slaughter Cinema. I'd love to see another Slaughter Cinema. Slaughter Cinema was a bunch of original ideas into one haunted house. And I feel like that would be great to see a sequel to, and the audience wants it. Another thing would be maybe a sequel to Winter's Night or to Gothic. Two very popular houses that people loved. Just give them the Body Collectors or the Nightingale treatment and people will go crazy over it. I just think that's the right way to do it. So, yeah. With all of that being said, that's my HHN 2021 speculation as of right now. Thank you again to Horror Night Nightmares for putting out that final speculation map for 2020. I hope all of you have a fantastic 2021. Please do me a favor and subscribe if you already haven't done so. I am trying to grow this family. Just trying to have fun with you guys this year. Comment down below what you want to see us do next and what you think is going to come to Horror Nights this year. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And stay excellent, my dudes.